What up? It's Benjamin D'Souza here, the Yaochuan Emperor, back with another vid. And I want to talk about one topic in particular, which is protecting yourself as a black man, given the current landscape of this country and whatnot. Because I think it's very important. Got a lot of, twiddle D and twiddle dumb motherfuckers walking around oblivious to really what they facing out here. And this shit is real, man. This shit is just not relegated to your TV screen or your smartphone when you scrolling through Facebook timeline and you see some story about, black man is a victim of X, Y, and Z. No, you in the shit. You know what I'm saying? You in the shit. Every time you walk out your door, man. And I'm not just saying, that folks that you need to protect yourself are of one particular demographic, but across the entire spectrum of demographics. You, black man, are public enemy number one. Your quote-unquote women don't like you. The, how you say, ops don't like you. Other races of people don't like you. And hell, your own brother don't like you. For the most part, he's highly suspicious of you. But I want to give some tips on, how I move and how I operate and try to stay safe out here, because I'm all around the country and I be in some very unfavorable places for a man of my hue and my phenotype. Hell, I was just in White Land, Indiana. I bullshit you not. White Land, Indiana. Right next to it was New White Land, Indiana. God damn it. Oh shit. Well, yeah, real shit. And I was at this mechanic shop speaking to a couple brothers, and we were trading notes. And I told one of the brothers, man, because this brother in particular, he may be listening. So shout out to you, bro. Shout out to you. But his orientation on how to move out here was similar to how he would move in the hood. You know what I'm saying? And when you go to different places and you're dealing with different people, you're not going to be able to conduct yourself in a manner in which you would conduct yourself in your own familiar environment. Things are different. It's different codes. The landscape is different. The rules are different. And depending on where you at, the rules may be slanted against you. But in any event, I advise this brother to move like a ninja. Now, shout out to the brother Kirigakade Jones, the master shinobi, the sensei shinobi. I'm not an official ninja myself. Hell, I don't even play one on TV. But I've been a fan of martial arts and, the ninjutsu, if you will, since I was a kid. I'm talking about elementary school, Halloween come around, what you want? What you want, Ben, for your Halloween costume? I want the ninja fit, you know what I'm saying? With the ninja shoes, they got the split in between the big toe and the middle toe, you know what I'm saying? Mask up with your plastic sword. Got a pair of nunchucks with the foam covering the handle and shit. You feel me? But yeah, I told this brother, no, on some real shit. I told this brother, man, you gotta move like a ninja, man. You know, and for you brothers, man, who are professional commercial drivers and whatnot, when you pull off into these shady ass truck stops and shit, if you got like a curtain or whatever that you know you can pull, that you can close to block visibility with inside your truck, as soon as you park, you know, pitch that tent, you know, close the curtains on them, peek out through the shade, see if anybody looking, and then hop out that motherfucking truck as fast as you possibly can, get into the truck, get into the gas station or wherever you going, get what you gotta get, you know, get in, get out. That's the OG's classic, you feel me? It's like a bank job, you know what I'm talking about? Now, are you gonna be completely invisible all the time when you hop in and out your truck? Probably not, but you know, you still wanna take precautions to limit visual access of you entering and exiting your said vehicle, you know, because you don't want to, because you know, motherfuckers will get on some goofy shit out there and fucking, you know, they see what truck you come out of, they might try to fuck with your truck, or, you know, put some sugar in your tank, or, you know, just the dumb shit. You know how it is, especially if you're a commercial truck driver and shit. And then you got these good old boys out here, these old, they took our germs looking ass motherfuckers. You feel me? They might be feeling some type of way because they see you out there getting that money. They thinking to themselves, hell, you know, one of their cousins could be getting that exact same money and you taking one of their spots. You feel me? So you always got to be on your defensive, man. You know? I call it cloaking. You know, in my Yaochuan sense. You feel me? I'm cloaking. You feel me? But yeah, as far as the weaponry is concerned, hold on, before I get to that, always carry a rucksack with you. You know, an outdoor backpack of some sort, you know. Even if you don't have anything in it, just still carry it with you. You know what I mean? Like, it might have some side pockets or whatever where you can stash a couple of rocks if you got to beam a motherfucker in their head with a rock or something, you feel me? But just carry it with you. You know what I mean? A motherfucker see you with a backpack on, they don't know what you got in that backpack. You feel me? You could have nothing but a bunch of dirty clothes in that backpack. It don't matter. They don't know what's in it. And what they don't know, you know, it'll make them think twice. So always, you know, if you mobilizing around the country in that sense, man, always carry you a rucksack, you feel me? And always, and get you a pair of sunglasses too, man. Sunglasses. Wear your sunglasses as much as possible. You know, I mean, within reason. You don't want to be looking suspicious up in the store, you know, perusing the aisles with your sunglasses on when you clearly inside. You know what I mean? So you do kind of want to give off an air of non-threateningness, if that's even a word. So you do want to, you know, as the Bible says, you do want to appear to be harmless as a dove, but deadly as a viper. You know what I mean? But as soon as you outside, put them sunglasses on. Now, you know, sometimes you might not feel like, you might just be going in the store real quick to just buy a pack of cigarettes and you out. So, you know, whatever, keep the sunglasses on. But yeah, get you some sunglasses. And also, if you are a commercial truck driver, get you a pair of work boots. Get you a pair of work boots. And, you know, in some instances, depending on where you at, hop out with them motherfuckers on. Especially if it's like 90 or 100 degrees outside. Other motherfuckers gonna look at you like, God damn, it's the middle of summer. It's hot as shit, and this motherfucker got some work boots on. He means business. You feel me? You don't want to hop out, you don't want to hop out your load and shit, dressed all sloppy, sagging your pants and shit with a pair of flip-flops on, just, going through your day fumbling about whistling Dixie like everything is all good. Now, motherfucker, you want to give off the air of you about your business, you here on business, and you don't play no motherfucking games, and you don't take no goddamn shots. You feel me? So get you a pair of boots. Them boots, it speaks volumes. You feel me? Motherfucker see you with them, he look down and see you got some boots on and it's like 95 degrees outside. He gonna look up at you and almost have a look of fear in his eyes, like this motherfucker right here ain't playing. You feel me? And another thing, as far as pertains to your personal interactions with other motherfuckers, 50 Cent said it best. I believe it was in an interview, a recent interview or a song or something. I heard 50 Cent say this shit, and I quote Fifth a lot, man. Fifth is like one of my favorite rappers of all time, man. I was like a senior in high school when Get Rich or Die Trying dropped. And I've been G-Unit ever since. But anyway, it kind of hurt my heart when he started funking with other motherfuckers. When he started funking with the Wu-Tang Clan. Because I'm like, God damn, why you gotta... I was rocking with the Clan, with the Wu-Tang Clan way back in the 90s, man. I'm talking about middle school, elementary shit. And he started going after Nas. I'm like, bro, Fifth, you gotta... Come on, bro. You gotta calm down, man. I want to fuck with you and ride with you, man. But god damn, man. You going after a lot of niggas that I fuck with. And I've been fucking with their music and fucking with their shit before you. But anyway, I'm getting off the topic. But anyway, what 50 Cent was saying, man, he said, you know what my grandfather told me? You'll get as far in life as motherfuckers you talk to for no reason. So what the fuck am I talking to this motherfucker for? You know? And that's how I move and operate in my day-to-day in every situation. You know, unless I'm rapping with my day ones, unless I'm, kikiing and shucking and jiving with my day ones and we just sitting around talking about some bullshit. But motherfucker, if I don't know you, if you ain't talking about money, we ain't got nothing to talk about. If you ain't talking about something that's gonna help me in my endeavors, we ain't got nothing to talk about. I'm not gonna sit up here and waste my time, talking about the weather or talking about football with you, motherfucker. Keep that shit moving, man. So avoid unnecessary conversations with strange people at all costs. If you ain't got a motive to deal with that person, if that person is injecting themselves into your time, they have a motive in dealing with you. Even if you don't have a motive in dealing with them, best believe they got a motive in dealing with you. Strange motherfuckers just pop up on you and start talking about the weather or start talking about football or some bullshit. He got a motive behind that shit. This motherfucker might not have been on your mind. You might not even thought twice about this guy. But before he approached you to start this old bullshit ass conversation, he was thinking about you. And he stirred up a motive to strike this strange, conversation up with you. So avoid that shit. Come up with little tactics or something, pat your pockets and act like you forgot something and that you gotta walk back to your car or walk back to your truck or walk and go get something real quick and put your finger up and be like, put your hand up and be like, oh, hold on, I gotta go. Do something. But that's a part of the cloaking shit. When a motherfucker spot a Yaochuan in the rainforest and a Yaochuan recognizes he's been spotted, immediately goes into cloak mode, man. Cause I'm gonna tell you, I was in this gas station probably a day, maybe 2 or 3 days after that Neil Wilson shit jumped off out there in Oakland and shit. And I'm looking at something, you know, I'm doing something, and I noticed this older white man, right, walks in. This dude look like he probably late 40s, early 50s and shit, right? So he walks in, walks past me, walks back towards me, and now he's standing behind me. I turn my head to the right so I can see out of my peripheral to see what he's doing and where he's at. This motherfucker standing behind me, probably about 4 feet away, with his right hand in his pocket, looking at me. So I stopped what I was doing, turn around, look at this motherfucker, and he give me that old I ate shit smile, that fake ass smile, that superimposed fake smile. And I'm looking at him with a blank stare on my face. You know, my brow is semi frowned up a little bit because I'm like, you know, I don't say shit to him, but my expression on my face is, motherfucker, what do you want? You know, because we can get this shit popping right here. So he gets kind of flustered because he didn't expect me to, you know, in a non-verbal way, confront him. Because I've non-verbally confronted him. And that's another thing, body language and non-verbal communication. You have to be very astute of your own non-verbal communication. You don't want to you don't want to give off an air of too much swagger and an air of too much toughness, because motherfuckers might want to try you. But you also don't want to give off an extra super meekness. But if you cool and you even, and a motherfucker still try you, that's when you turn up the dial on your nonverbal communication to let this motherfucker know that, you know, there's a threat. It's kind of like in the wild when an animal turns a different color, or when a dog's hair stand up on his back. You know, he's not growling yet. He's not barking yet. He ain't showed you his teeth yet. But you see that, you know, you see his posture change a little bit, and the hair on his back stand up. You know that, hey, I might want to keep it moving. Same for human beings. But anyway, so the dude, you know, he gets kind of flustered and then he walks off and shit. He walks to the clerk and asks the clerk for something. I couldn't hear what they were talking about. So the clerk comes back and tries to find whatever he's looking for. And the whole time, like, I'm like, the hair on my back, you know what I mean? Like, my claws ain't out yet. I ain't gave my jaguar roar yet. You know, I ain't showed my teeth yet. But my posture is on high alert. And I got my eyes glued to him the whole time. Like if I could burn a hole in the side of his head just by looking at him, boy, look, it'd have been like Superman or some shit. I try to look a hole through this motherfucking head. But anyway, so he don't find whatever he said he was looking for. So as he walking out, I'm looking at him. He give me that little fake ass smile and head nod again. I don't say shit. I'm just looking at him like, all right, yeah, okay. I'm gonna give you another scenario that happened in Iowa like a week after that. Now this late at night, I'm pumping gas and I'm cleaning my windshield. It's like 1 o'clock in the morning, man. And oh yeah, guard your personal space too. Don't let a motherfucker get too close up on you. Recognize what your personal bubble is and protect that. And be very, you know, and protect that, you know, vigorously. Don't let a motherfucker invade your personal space. You feel me? But anyway, so I'm cleaning my windshield off. out the left of my peripheral, I kind of turn my head to the left to look behind me or whatever. I see this motherfucker approaching. I'm thinking he walking past me. I turn around, he in my bubble. Talking about some, hey, this guy over here is saying this. I said, I've raised the, at this time I gotta growl on this motherfucker. So I put my hand to his chest and I'm like, back up, respect my personal space. You in my personal space. You gotta back up. He like, oh no, man, I ain't mean it like that. I'm like, look, dude, we can talk. Whatever you want to talk about, we can talk. But don't violate my personal space, man. And there were other patrons at this gas station walking by, and some of them had their eyes got bucked, like like some shit was about to pop off. You feel me? And this gentleman was like, he also was middle age, a little bit past middle age, probably maybe in his late 50s going into his 60s, if I'm not mistaken. Third situation, this shit just happened to me yesterday. I'm in a Walmart in Indiana. I'm going around getting me some provisions and what have you. Now we in central Indiana, like right outside, probably about 40, 50 miles outside of Indianapolis, right? Older dude, older man. This dude had to been maybe mid 60s to his latter 60s. Walks up on me and tries to touch me. Reaches out his hand and tries to touch me on my chest to try to get my attention. I immediately, evade him and take a couple steps back. And he starts asking me, what do you think about Andrew Luck? And I'm like, what? So he kind of takes a step towards me again. I take another step back to, get a little bit more space between me and him. And he said, oh, I see that you're a little fidgety. He was like, yeah, I know it's a lot of crazy people out there like me. And that's an exact quote. So I'm like, all right, yeah, you think you crazy. But surprise, motherfucker, I'm crazy too. But yeah, I'm like, man, I don't give a fuck about the Colts, man. I don't give a good guy. I'm a Jaguars fan. If anybody know me, they know my favorite animal is the Jaguar. My favorite football team is the Jacksonville Jaguars. Been that way since '95 when they came into the league. You feel me? But and all three of these gentlemen were middle-aged white men. And when I got to my rally point, my rendezvous point, I started reflecting and I started thinking about what Nagone was saying. I want to say it was sometime last week on one of Obsidian's podcasts, and he was saying that as far as Black America is concerned, the demographic of the killers as it pertains to Black America are those from 17 to 24, 25, something like that. But he said the highest cohort of killers as it pertains to white America are those in their mid 40s up into their 60s. And that demographic right there kills at a higher rate than the black demographics, cohort of killers. So Nagone was like, that's your killer right there. If you want to talk about murders in the United States, that's your killer right there. And as I'm playing these scenarios, all three of these scenarios back in my head, I'm like, oh, I could have came in contact with that particular demographic as it pertains to killers, white killers in America. Because you know you got to take into account that some of these guys might be going through midlife crises and shit. You know, they might they wives might have divorced them and left them with nothing, so now they ain't got nothing to lose. And then some of them might have been, you know, some of them might have, you know, been born in the Jim Crow era or whatever. So, you know, when they were kids, they grew up in a time where, you know, white people could just violate black people. You feel me? Violate us like that. But they weren't old enough to really fully participate in the violation of black people. And by the time they hit adolescence and, you know, hit puberty and became young men or whatever, you know, that chapter more or less kind of turned the page. You know, by the time they became teenagers, it might have been, you know, the 70s and shit. So, you know, a lot of laws might have came into place, and, you know, a lot of shit changed to where they can't just jump out the window like that and violate a black person. So they've always had this itch to try to violate a brother. You know what I'm saying? So now that they in the latter half of their life and shit, they like, fuck it, I'm gonna die anyway. I might as well try to take one of these motherfuckers with me. You feel me? So, you know, you kind of gotta be a social scientist and really delve into the psyche of these different strange people that you're gonna encounter. But always look, listen, stay vigilant, man. That's the predator way. That's the predator way. This is Benjamin D'Souza. Like, share, and subscribe. You can contact me at onepeople, one nation, one destiny at gmail.com.